Letting go of love is one of the most painful things we'll ever do, but you can't hold on to something that's already slipping away. Today, we're going to walk through what it means to let go of love. This journey will ask you to face your deepest fears. But as Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. So, we will examine what it truly means to let go of love. Let's start with 1. Understanding why letting go is necessary. The heart is a complex thing, isn't it? It holds on to memories, to feelings, to promises, even when those things are no longer alive. When love fades, it feels like a part of you dies with it. But here's the truth, you are not defined by the love you lost. It takes a warrior to walk away from a love that no longer serves them. It takes courage to look at the pieces of your heart and choose to rebuild it on your own terms. You see, love should nourish you, lift you, and help you grow. If it does none of these things, it is not love, it is attachment. And attachment, when it becomes unhealthy, keeps you chained to the past, to what could have been. Letting go isn't about abandonment, it's about freeing yourself to live fully. 2. The power of acceptance. This is where the real pain lies. Accepting that something is over, that the love you once felt doesn't exist the same way anymore. We cling to the past, not because we're weak, but because we fear what happens if we let go. But let me tell you something, you are already whole. It's just that your heart is holding on to the past, and what was no longer fits who you are now. Acceptance is a quiet, powerful form of liberation. It is the moment you stop waiting for a different outcome, for the closure you think you need. You realize that you have the power to give yourself peace. You don't need them to heal you. 3. Grieving the loss. Oh, the grief. The endless tears. The suffocating emptiness that comes when someone you loved isn't in your life anymore. Grief is raw, it's the most human thing we can feel. It doesn't make us weak, it makes us alive. It means we have loved deeply enough to feel its absence. As Seneca put it, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Grief teaches us that life is fragile and precious. It is a teacher, a reminder that the love you had, even if it's gone, was real. And it will always be a part of you. Allow yourself to feel all the emotions. The anger, the confusion, the betrayal, the loneliness, they're all part of the healing. Don't suppress them. Don't try to move on too quickly. Give yourself permission to mourn, because in the mourning, there is healing. 4. Reclaiming your identity. When you loved deeply, you gave a piece of yourself to them, and when that love fades, it feels like you've lost something of yourself. But I want to tell you this, you are not lost. You may have forgotten who you were without them, but you've always been there, just waiting for the right moment to emerge. Remember, your worth was never tied to anyone else. You are a whole universe within yourself, not defined by love, but by your own existence. Start slow. Revisit the things that once made you happy. The person you were meant to be, before them, during them, and after them, is still here, waiting for you to return to them. 5. Letting go of expectations. You cannot change the past, and you cannot force a future that isn't yours. Holding on to what you thought should have been only keeps you tethered to disappointment. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Don't waste your time wishing things were different, hoping for apologies, or waiting for answers. Let go of the expectations. Let go of the what-ifs and step into the truth of what is. When you free yourself from expectations, you open yourself up to something greater, the gift of peace, of living in the present moment, of embracing life as it comes, without the burden of how you think it should have been. 6. The role of forgiveness. Forgiving isn't about excusing someone else's actions, it's about releasing yourself from the chains of anger, bitterness, and resentment. You forgive not for them, but for you. The philosopher Epictetus reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Forgiveness is your choice, your power. It's your freedom. It's not about what they did, it's about how you refuse to let their actions control your peace. So forgive them. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to feel free. 7. Embracing the new. You are not defined by the love you lost. You are defined by the love you give, to yourself, to the world, to the future. Remember, as the wise Rumi once said, don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in new form. Subscribe to Luna's Path for daily healing content.